and welcome to the amazing Jane Maffey. She is a retired social worker and previously taught for social work also. She is now a Temple Spa life consultant. Welcome!
Hello. Nice to be here.
Woo! And yeah, thank you so much. It's taken us a few minutes to actually get here in the interview. So thank you for sharing your time with us. Greatly appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so first question. What does self-care mean to you?
Self-care means looking after myself, recognizing that there are times when I have to put myself first and before others, and taking enjoyment out of life.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And so thinking back to self-care over your whole life, how has your self-care changed?
It happens now. I guess something sort of in my early or late teens, early 20s, I rarely thought about it. I just got on with life. I think then having two children became the focus of my life, caring for my children, my husband, the house, the home environment, and generally didn't think a lot again about self-care. Enjoyed a night out with the girls, a break, but didn't really think about it. And I think it was only as they became teenagers that I found that the demands of life meant that I did need to do something for myself and take it out. And that was when I started going to a Tai Chi class, and very adamant that that was my night and nothing was going to stop me. It didn't matter who wanted to lift where or what. That was my night out, and that's what I did. And I kind of grew and developed through Tai Chi, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and recognised that did have a place in my life. And where did I go from there? I've always had an interest in alternative therapies, so aromatherapy, reflexology. I've always been interested. Crystals, and did a lot of self-work around kind of visualization and things, but didn't really connect with other people at the time. It was a very kind of solitary pursuit, if you like. And I think it's only kind of, I'd retired, well, when I retired and shortly afterwards, I was kind of in a bit of a crisis. I expect it's always, change always occurs when there's a crisis, doesn't it? And that was the point at which I very, very fortunately met Dr. Bridget. And I then went on to partake in the NLP practitioner course, learned an awful lot, changed an awful lot, and recognising that although the work I do with Temple Spa, there's a very heavy focus on relaxation, self-care, empowerment, feeling good about yourself. And I get a lot of pleasure from bringing people together, particularly women, to help them make the most of their skin. I do relaxation rituals with them during the class, and it's absolutely wonderful to see them come to a class feeling like, ooh, what's going on? To see them calm and soothe and relax and enjoy themselves. So I get an awful lot from that. But I think I hadn't realised that I had been neglecting myself and my own self-care. So now we're putting all that back into place.
I love that. So what's some of your favourite self-care for you at the moment?
At the moment, I have I've been doing some meditations, visualizations. I've been taking time out to work on my own personal development. And I have I go to a networking group each Thursday night, described as a networking group, but it's actually an extremely supportive, inquisitive group that keeps me thinking. And I've found a lot of support and inspiration from that group, from people who, when I said before that I hadn't connected with people and it was a solitary pursuit, actually connecting with people who have got sort of the same thinking and philosophies has been wonderful. And that really has helped. So although it's sort of self-care, being with people has actually really helped develop that. So yeah, that's if I miss a week, I do feel like I've lost out on something. But other self-care, it is kind of doing things for myself. I've never sort of throughout my working life, all my earnings, my money's gone on my family or the home. So over this last year in lockdown, I have spent quite a bit of money on myself, including buying a hot tub, working on the garden. So we've now got a lovely garden. It's a nice place to relax and sit. And at the hot tub just helps me. You can't read in there, you can't do anything. So you just have to sit and enjoy it, which is wonderful. So that's my favourite method at the moment.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. So when you think about when you first came at self-care for yourself, if you were to advise someone who was starting self-care for the very first time, where would you suggest they begin?
With a little bit of time for themselves. When I think back to when I was first introduced to Temple Spa products, I think that was one of the times when I realised that I never took time for myself. My skin felt absolutely amazing afterwards. So when I got my products, I thought, right, that's it. Every Sunday night, I'm going to take the time to do a facial, put a mask on, and have that 20 minutes, half an hour to myself. And again, it was a struggle to begin with because I'd lock the bathroom door and there'd be people knocking on the bathroom door. Can we be in? I want a bath. Can I do this? Can I do that? But gradually it was accepted that that's what Mum did on a Sunday night. Just go and lock the bathroom door and have myself a nice little facial. And as you get the benefits of doing that and how relaxed you feel, I think that encourages you to want to do a little bit more. So I think the best advice I can give to anybody is just start. Take 10 minutes. Sit in the garden, look around, go for a walk for 10 minutes or lock yourself in the bathroom for 10 minutes. Or come to one of my Temple Spa classes. And the first thing I usually do in that is use an eye lotion. We put the iPads on, tilt our heads back and just be quiet for a few minutes. And sometimes I do a nice guided visualization while that's on. So it just gives people that time out, take some deep breaths and relaxes them to enjoy the rest of the experience. So it's anything, just start. Take 5 minutes, then 10. and a bit longer and a bit longer.
Yeah, I love it. And I think, it's the same as any other practice, anything we want to get better at, you just begin, tiny step to begin with. Yeah.
Anything.
So with your Tai Chi, do you still practice that for like physical or?
I haven't practiced Tai Chi for quite some time. I still use the principles in my life, but my teacher kind of stopped teaching, and he had quite a unique approach to it. He approached it from a healing perspective, and I've never been able to find another teacher who does quite the same. But I do miss it. Still, it's been a long time. I do Pilates regularly now, which some of the principles are the same, so it fits in very nicely. But I have more recently been reminded that how much I enjoyed it, and so I've connected online with a group, and I'm exploring the possibility of doing something online or joining an event for a few days, so I'm exploring those possibilities now.
Woo, self-care.
yes.
I love that. So you mentioned about the principles of Tai Chi and that you still kind of live with them now. Do you find that from a self-care perspective, you check in with yourself like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually?
Yes, I do. I still, I mean, Pilates starts off with a standing stance, and we used to use that in Tai Chi to check down physically where there were any blockages of energy. So I do incorporate that into my Pilates practice when I'm doing that. I also use it if I'm feeling achy or hurting somewhere. There's usually a reason. So I do use that to check out physically. When I'm doing a temple spa class, if we're doing a hand thing, I do a little hand massage, which again is the Tai Chi massage. So it's encouraging the energy and relaxation. But yeah, I've recently it's been coming back a lot more as I've been thinking about it and wondering what to do. I thought, yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, and why don't I? So I have started to incorporate that into my daily practice. Yeah, so physically, definitely. Mentally, yes. Again, doing some of the exercises can help lift the mood, help with relaxation. Emotionally, no, I don't think I use it emotionally. I'm more turned to the NLP and using the unconscious for that.
Yeah, it all counts, and it's what works for you, what feels right for you in those moments.
Yeah, I think underpinning all of these things, there are some common threads, and I think that common thread is energy, and even accessing and using the unconscious. It's using your unconscious energy. It's using what's within you, and I think we've all got the resources. It's learning how to tap in and use them. It's interesting because it was when you did a Reiki meditation with us, that brought a lot of things. Why aren't I doing this? I used to do this. Why aren't I doing it now? And the only thing that I didn't ask any questions, I wasn't looking for any answers, and all I kept getting was, you're not using your third eye enough. So there are skills and resources there that are telling me I've got them, I need to bring them out and use them.
Oh, I love that. And I love, like you said, you know, the Tai Chi, it's been coming to mind, you know, recently. So it's obviously, you know, you're kind of being steered towards those things that you love, because I think a huge part of self-care is, like you said at the beginning, is joy, is every day being in joy.
Yeah, yeah. Letting that inner child out.
Yes, we all get to go play.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it is, you know, like you said, the inner child, because when we're young, we don't have all of those societal, you know, like expectations and pressures. You're just being, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Don't think about it, do you? You just get on and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we
is.
grow up, and then we have to go through a process to remember what we want to do, and to remember
true,
how
yeah.
to connect. You know, who am I? What
Yeah.
is it that I actually enjoy?
Yeah.
Because yeah, certainly, you know, she said, like, you spent so much time and energy looking after the children, looking after the home, looking after your partner, and obviously then working as well, that actually we lose ourselves there.
Yes. Yeah, you do. Yeah, and I think I had totally lost myself. But it's been a lovely, interesting voyage finding myself again.
Well, you're lovely. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And yes, definitely, you know, worth finding yourself. And, you know, I think for me, self-care and self-love, they're very, you know, combined.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yeah. Very much.
and it's just finding that connection, and then remembering how important you are, that you do get to take care of yourself, as you said.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can share with me like a link, or if you have a website, if people wanted to get in touch with you.
Yes, I can do. Do you want me to say it or put
Yeah.
it? Yeah. It's anybody can find me on Facebook. I'm Jane M Temple Spa. Or I have a website which is www.templespa.com/Jane Maffey. That's Maffey. So yeah, message me, contact me. I'm happy to help with any skincare. Happy to help. We do not only skincare classes or parties or pamper sessions, whatever you want to call it. We also do a particular class which is about wellness and ways to actually utilize our products to enhance some breathing techniques and little exercises that you can do within your working environment and keep you calm and cool throughout the day.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, and they don't take very long either. Before lockdown, we used to go into the workplace to do them, which was very nice, just like half an hour. Some employers allowed them half an hour, some made them do it in their lunch hour or after work. Yeah, they inevitably go back to work feeling very calm, very chilled out, which of course is great. So I've done quite a lot of those during lockdown, done them virtually, and they do work really well. So we send the products out to people and you can just sit in your home or wherever and carry out the class. It's lovely. It does work really well.
That sounds lovely. And certainly as you're describing them, you know, there's an air of like relaxation that I feel as you're sort of remembering those sessions.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, they are, but they are relaxing to do as well. So yeah, haven't nodded off during one yet. I've had customers fall asleep.
means you're doing a good job.
Yeah. So yes, for me it is all about relaxation and enjoying it, and having the experience of feeling the products, seeing what they do to your skin. Yeah, it's a lovely thing to do.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. I really appreciate it.
That's absolutely fine. I've enjoyed talking to you, Liz.
Oh, thank you. Me too.